Okay, I have it. Ma Shiva Hashem, Kol Tagmulahi Alai. Kos Yeshua Esau L'Shem Hashem.
Whoa, much too fast. Okay. Ma Ashiv Lashem Kol Tagmulahi Alai. You want to try to translate anybody?
How can I thank Hashem for all this greatness He did for me?
What does Tagmula Hai mean? It's Tagmulahi actually. What is this he? So I need to tell you something. You should remember that at all times. That Yehudi, chai sweetness. We're learning Ma'ashiv Lashem, Ma'ashiv Lashem, Kol Tagmulohi Alai. So we're concentrating on the word Tagmulohi. Anybody want to try that? Try it.
How would you?
You would think it's mine that Tagmulohot al me, nine? Tagmulohi, mine. Mekimi me'afar dal. What does that mean?
You bring me up from ashes.
Not me. It doesn't mean mekimoti. Mekimi me'afar dal. Mashpili lirot b'shamayim u'ba'aretz. What's mashpili? Mashpil. Ozi v'zimrat yavahi l'lishua. What's ozi? Oz. When you're dealing with poetry, the he doesn't mean me. It's part of the music. So when we say Ma'ashiv Lashem Kol Tagmulohi Alai, it doesn't mean the Tagmul of mine. It means what? No, Ma'ashiv. How can I repay? Ma'ashiv Lashem Kol Tagmulohot Sheoseli. Okay. So do you see what David HaMelech is trying to do? David HaMelech is trying his best to thank God somehow or other. Now, you know where I'm going to go with this, obviously, because of Pashas Tzav. But David HaMelech is trying desperately to thank God. But how does human being thank God? Ma ashiv Hashem, man yachol ashiv lo. Kol Tagmulohi Alai. Remember, Tagmulohi does not mean become me, but all the Tagmulot Hashem does. Ma ashiv Hashem Kol Tagmulohi Alai. Is that a good question?
Yeah.
Let's see what the answer is. Who wants to read the answer? Okay, so David HaMelech is trying this desperately to do what? To thank God. What does he do?
He raises his glass.
He said what?
He raises his glass.
His glass? I don't see the word his.
Kos
Yeshuot Esa.
The cup raises itself.
So you know there is what do you call it, guys? There is a Judaica store here in the flat. What's the name of that? Minzer.
Minzer?
Yeah, Minzer. You know that. Anybody know that? It's a Judaica store. So yesterday I drove in and I said, Mar Minzer, אני מחפש כוס ישועות. אדוני, כוס כסף יש לי. כוס זהב יש לי. יש לי אפילו כוס פלטינום. אבל כוס ישועות? אין לי. What do you think David HaMelech's answer is? Let's read the question again and let's see how he answers it. מה אשיב להשם כל תגמולוהי עליי? And the answer is there is no way. There is no way I can, because humans are humans, Hashem is Hashem. There is no connection between us in the sense that I can give God something.
I'm not going to finish on both the things.
So what is it? Kos Yeshuot Esa. I'll take a kos, and somehow that kos, which is not physical, obviously, because you can't buy that in any store. But that kos Yeshuot Esa, I will raise it up. In other words, it's a spiritual kos. Kos Yeshuot Esa uveshem Hashem ekra. Because I, human being, cannot in any way or shape thank God for it. Now let's read it one more time. You'll see the beautiful part of it. Ma ashiv Hashem kol tamulahi alai. And he comes up with this idea Uvekos Yeshuot Esa, Uveshem Hashem Ekra. I will call God's name. Somehow or other, that will, in the way of sense, repay Hashem. What does he say further? Nedarai Lashem Ashalem Negdana Lachol Amos. Somehow or other, I make a neder, and I'll make it in front of everybody. Now, what we're doing now troubled Rashi tremendously. Rashi could not figure out what this Kos Yeshuot is. So I'd like to read it to you. It's amazing. Just listen to this and see what you think about it. Here, Kos Yeshuot. One minute, please. Why is it doing this? Still not right. I want to read it to you as to what Rashi says.
I'll try to find it on.
Okay, you do Kos Yeshuot and Rashi? It's
Let me try to
Perek
see.
Kuf Tet Zayin. Why it doesn't pick it up? I had it before that. Can anybody do it for me?
Yeah, hold on one second. I'm going to do it.
Sure.
Here. What's it called? Safari?
Safari, yes. Look up Safari.
Faria spelled with an aleph at the end.
There's no why.
It doesn't pick it up here. You have it?
Yeah, in 1 minute.
Kos Yeshuot Esat and Rashi. If you're getting that for me, please. I don't know why it's not coming up for me, but that's
What parak is it?
it's Perek Kuf Tet Zayin,
I missed it all.
Pasuk Yud Gimel.
Kuf. Tet.
Zion.
Kuf. Tet.
Kuftet, what?
Oh, here. Kuf Tet Zion.
Kuf Tet Zayin. Yeah, you're very close. You're very close.
We're here.
You're very close. A little bit more. Pasuk Yud Zayin. I'm sorry. I apologize. Pasuk Yud Aleph. Yud Aleph. A little bit further down.
Let's see.
No, well, you have a different. Okay, go down a little bit further. Go down.
No, here, it's Rashi.
Go down a little bit down, that further up. No, and the yeah. Go a little more. Yeah, you go. There you go. Yeah.
Which pasuk from?
You see? No, you're too far up. Too far up. Go the other way. Yeah. Right. Here, yeah. Kos Hashem. You see it? Do you see it?
Yeah. It's here.
Can you bring the Rashi? Oh, here you got it. Now, okay, good. We got the Rashi. Who wants to read this Rashi?
I can read it. Avi hanisachim al hatodot shenidarti kmo she'amar lecha ezvecha zevach toda v'al oto hakos b'shimcha ekra al Yeshua zo sheken in halevi omer shira ela al hayayin.
What's troubling Rashi? I asked a question, Ma Ashiv Lashem, and you're giving me an answer, of course, short, which I don't understand. So Rashi comes up with a big chidush. What is his chidush? Who wants to explain it? Avi hanesachim aniyakachat hanesach. What does nesach mean? Wine, right? Al hitvadot shenadarti kemo shamar lecha ezbach zevach todah. When I bring a zevach todah, what's zevach todah mean? A korban todah. Then Rashi says, I'll bring it with wine. What does Rashi do? Rashi makes it more physical. There is a way human beings can somehow or other say to God, thank you. On Todah. And when I bring Korban Todah, I'll take a cup and pour wine over it. So Rashi doesn't answer it because Yeshua said there's no way man can thank God. There is a way. There's a physical way. What is a physical way? Rashi says what? Korban Todah, and then Korban Todah, I'll bring yayin. Is that clear how Rashi handles the question? Anybody question? You need to look question. No? Am I question that? Is that clear what's bothering Rashi? And what has Rashi done? Rashi has taken something which is Kos Yeshuot, which I cannot possibly explain and made it into something physical. But how can I make something physical? Well, the only way I can make something physical is what? Korbanot.
Uh-huh.
Now wait, it's very nice on Rashi's part to do this. Does Rashi have a clue in this Tehillim that that's what it's all about? So now let's go to Parshat Tzav, which is yesterday, and please go to Perek Zayin, Pasuk Yud Aleph. This is beautiful. Who wants to read that?
Shawnee's just gonna open it up.
Yud Aleph?
Yes, please.
Should I read it?
Whoever, I don't care.
Okay. וזאת תורת זבח השלמים אשר יקריב להשם.
Would you like to translate that?
And this is the way we bring the zevach
Zevach
shlamim,
hashlamim. Would anybody like to translate shlamim?
whole.
Completeness.
Shalom. How is that different from the others? Ola, Asham, Chatat. Somehow or other, there is a korban called korban shlamim. Does anybody know what's different between that and all the others? In korban shlamim,
The whole
korban
thing goes
ola,
up.
who eats from it?
Oh,
Nobody.
right.
Korban chatat v'asham, who eats from it? The kohanim.
Mm-hmm.
Korban shlamim is I eat from it. The korban, the mizbeach eats from it. The kohen eats from it. Shlamim, shalom. In fact, we accept any person to bring a korban, even if he's not Jewish, except shlamim. If you want to have a meal with God, you got to do more than what you are. We accept any kind of korban you need. If you have to bring korban, whatever you wish. But shlamim, to sit down with God as a meal, you've got to be a full-fledged person. Next pasuk.
Im al toda yakrivenu.
Im al toda yakrivenu. What is that talking about? What are we? What? How did we start this year? Ma ashiv lashem. Well, there is a way. Toda. God, there's a way I have. God, you gave me a way in which I, as a human being, can somehow express my thanks to you. Im al toda yavrichem v'ikriv.
ויקריב על זבח התודה, חלות
חלות, מצות, דברות בשמן, רקיקי מצות, משוחים בשמן, וסולת מורבכת חלות בבלות בשמן. So there are three kinds of matzot that you bring for korban todah. Go ahead.
על חלות לחם חמץ יקריב קורבנו על זבח תודת שלמה.
There is no other korban except by Shnei Alechem HaShavuot that allows you to bring chametz. So what kind of halot do we have? We have three that are matzot, right? Chalot matzot, rekikei matzot, solet merubechet chalot, and chalot lechem chametz. So there are four kinds of chametz. I'm sorry, there are four kinds of chalot that I've got to bring when I go and bring korban todah. We have a tradition that for each one of those ones, it's 10 chalot. In other words, it's basically how many altogether?
For each one of
40.
Okay.
10 of each one. 10 of each one. Okay? Chalot matzot 10. Rikikei matzot 10, solet merubechet chalot 10, chalot lechem chametz 10, a total of 40 breads. So far, so good?
Yep.
Everybody with me?
Mm-hmm.
Watch this, it's amazing. Keep going. ויקריב ממנו
אחד מכל קורבן תרומה להשם, לכהן הזורק את דם השלמים לא יהיה.
So first of all, I'm going to give some meat to the Kohen. Okay.
ובשר זבח תודת שלמיו ביום קורבנו יאכל, לא יניח ממנו עד בוקר.
Would you like to tell me what that means? Anybody?
That you're not allowed to leave it overnight. You need to eat it right then and there.
There is no other korban that demands that. All the other korbanot gives you a chance to eat the day, night, and next day. There's only one korban that must be eaten within one day. Which one is that? Korban?
The Toda.
Let me ask you a question. 40 matzahs, 40 chalot, whatever it is, and a whole animal. Can you eat that in one day?
Some only specific people.
There is no way in the world that you can do this. What's the message between this Korban Todah?
You have to eat it with
That
others.
when I give Todah to Hashem, I've got to call my friends and my in-laws and my family. Everybody's got to see to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem, you saved me. Hashem, you gave me. So for that reason, Hashem says, yes, you've got to finish it all up in one day because there's no way you personally can do it. And if you want to thank God, Ma ashiv l'Hashem, kol temlohi alai, there is a way to do it. Says Rashi, kos yeshuot esa. I can bring Korban Todah, and I bring the Korban, and what do I do with it? I pour it over the Todah, and invite everybody. Hashem I invited, Cohen I invited, my mechutanim I invited, my kids, everybody together, because openly, Modeh ani lefanecha Hashem. Modeh ani, the first thing we say in the morning is Todah. Now, with that in mind, let's go back and see where Rashi, I got the idea. Can we go back to the Tehillim that we
You
had
can open
before?
it another tab.
Bring it back. You'll see it fascinating.
Hold on 1 second.
Sure.
What parak was it?
Kuftet
Pachtet
Zayin.
Zayin.
Okay, good. Oops. Almost there. Yeah. Okay. A little more, a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more. Ma ashiv l'Hashem. Read this one more time. It's beautiful. Ma ashiv l'Hashem. Go ahead.
Otagmulo hi alai.
What is he asking?
How can I thank Hashem?
How can I give back to you, Hashem? Kol tagmulo hi'ala, all the tagmulot that you do for me. What's the answer?
Kos yeshuot esa.
Kos yeshuot esa. Now I would say there is no answer, but somehow Rashi doesn't allow that because the man does have a way to respond to God. He takes kos yeshuot, and I say kos yeshuot. I can't buy it in a Judaica store. Says Rashi, no. Kos yeshuot esa is the wine that I bring and the Korban Todah that we just learned yesterday. How does Rashi know this? Go ahead. Next pasuk.
Sorry.
Next
נדרי
pasuk.
להשם.
Go ahead.
נדרי להשם השלם נגדע נא לכל עמו. יקר בעיני השם המבטא לחסידיו.
You're much too fast. You fast.
Sorry.
Nedarai Lashem
נדרי
Hashalem.
נגדנה לכל עמו.
Negdana lechol amo. That's the clue that gives Rashi the right to say we're dealing with Korban Todah. Lechol amo. I'm going to invite my in-laws. I'm going to invite my parents. I'm going to invite anybody. Rashi doesn't just make this up on his own. The clue is right in front of you. Nedarai Lashem Hashalem.
נגדנה.
Negdana lechol amo. There's only one possible korban that demands that kind of a thing. 40 chalot and an animal, and all these things can only be eaten in the family. Rashi didn't make this up on his own. The kos yeshuot. Rashi looked at kos yeshuot of Hashem. Sure, it's not possible to thank God, but Hashem gave us an opportunity in which we as humans can thank God for the greatness. Kos yeshuot esa u'b'shem ekra, but נדרי השלם, איך?
נגדנה לכל עמו.
נו?
נגדנה לכל עמו.
נגדנה לכל עמו. It's the only korban that is guaranteed that you'll have your family and your friends, everybody come. There's just no way, even Saba Avram cannot eat 40 matzahs, 40 challahs.
Even on
in one
Pesach.
day. And I know I like to eat. It doesn't matter. In other words, this is what gives Rashi the right to tell me what Kos Yeshuot is. It's the most beautiful way to look at the whole pasuk. You see the pasukim in Todah, Korban Todah. David HaMelech is how God, how can I thank you? And somehow Kos Yeshuot is done. So the first thing is there is no way to thank. There really is no. Because God is infinite and Avram Becker is finite. So I mean, there's no, and yet Hashem says, I give you opportunity. I give the opportunity of Korban Todah. And the Korban Todah is Kos Yeshuot, says Rashi. Why? Because in the Rashi, Negdana l'chol amo. This has to be the Korban of Todah. So now Rashi has given us the opportunity to visually see how humans can thank God.
Very
Well,
nice.
not finished. One more thing. Now that we don't have Beit HaMikdash, what can we do? Is there any way that we can publicly thank God? Anybody know what it is?
Benching Gomel.
Yeah? Mention Gomel, right. If you take a look, you will see that actually this is exactly what David HaMelech says. David HaMelech says that there is a way to thank God through Birkat HaGomel. HaGomel l'chayavim. Okay. And there's a gematria here. Chayim, chole, Yud, Yordei Midbar, Yud, Yordei Yam, Mem, Yotze Mima'asar. Anybody gets out of jail? Anybody who's been sick and gets well? Anybody who crosses the ocean? Anybody who crosses those four things demand what? Birkat HaGomel. It's a beautiful way that we in this day and age can do it as well. But there's only one piece, and I'll stop with that. What's unusual about this korban, besides the fact that you've got to finish eating it? What's the one thing that's in there? Chametz. Because in that thanks that I give to God, I have to say, I had to be in jail for a while. I had to be whatever it is that I had to go. I mean, I always tell everybody, it took us 15 days to come from Haifa to New York. And do you know what we saw the first day?
Water.
And we saw the second day?
Water.
I don't want to go, but in other words, within the Korban Todah, there's an admission that I had to go through something, whatever. I don't know why. So at the same time, Hashem allows me to bring a Korban Todah, gives me the physical mechanism by which to do it, and I can take a Kos Yeshuot and maybe fill it with water, even though I can't buy such a kos any place. With wine. And Hashem says, if you want Ma Ashiv LaHashem Kotim Le'alai, Kos Yeshuot Nisa.
It's really nice, Abba.
Yafet. Anybody want to add anything to this?
Saba, can you sing it? Can you sing it
I
now?
see some people are smiling. Yeah, it's an amazing thing.
Ellie said, can you sing it now?
What's that?
Ellie asked if you can sing it now.
I can't hear. I'm sorry. I can't hear what you're saying.
Ellie asked if you can sing it now.
Okay.
Ma'ashiv, if you can sing Ma'ashiv now.
Ma'ashiv Lash. Oh, you want to sing it? Is that what you said? Yeah.
Yeah, just
That's it,
smart,
Ellie, yeah.
smart. Together. Ma'ashiv Lashem. Kol Tamulavi Alai. Kos Yeshuot Esah. V'b'shem Hashem ekra. Nedarai Lashem. Hashalem. Negdana lechol amo. Yakar b'nei Hashem. Amam Chalachasina. Oy Anach
Saba, did you say Hagomel after Corona?
Say again, please.
Did you say Hagomel after having Corona?
No, I did not say Gamoli yet because that's a good question. That's a very nice question. At what point in time are you allowed to say bench Gomel? In other words, if you still even have anything, that's a nice idea. I'm not sure I'm 100% over it yet. But it's a very valid question. And you have to be careful not to say it too early or not to say it too late. Okay,
Saba, thank you.
Thank you, Saba.
Thank you all. I think this.
Thank you,
I always
Saba.
say Parshat Vayikra last week was the most boring you could possibly have, and it turned out to be beautiful. Parshat Saba is even more boring and turned out to be magnificent. So
Even more beautiful.
Huh? No?
To many more boring Parshiot.
Love you
Love
all.
you.
The only thing I can't
Thank
get
you,
too close to
Saba.
Gotcha.
Love you. Thank
Gotcha is
you.
to be dude. But everybody else